Peace and CNBC. Most Americans think they know Social Security, but AARP finds they don't. Here's what they get wrong. What do they get wrong, Michael?
So I'm going to categorize these into two different buckets. One, just bad information about how the trust fund works. And generally people know that the trust fund is going belly up and going to be depleted sometime in the near future. 8 years now, by the way. 2033 is the most recent prediction. But they don't actually understand what that means. And so, bit of rapid fire here. If the trust fund does get depleted by 2033, Congress does not act, then everyone's benefits who are currently receiving Social Security are cut by some amount. And that
right now it's
latest
projected
estimate,
to be 19%.
19%. I've seen estimates that have been higher. But yeah, it's somewhere in that general range where you only get some 80% of your previous benefits if Congress were to do nothing. So there's some confusion about that. I see day to day a lot of confusion about different ages when it comes to
what
Social
does
Security.
Full retirement age actually mean?
And it's confusing because it's shifted. So a few things. One, the earliest you can pull Social Security, assuming you're not disabled or a surviving spouse, all these special situations, but just a relatively normal situation, would be age 62. The latest you can wait is age 70.
So why for anyone who hasn't yet claimed is full retirement age 67? How does that make any sense? Let's be honest. It's a bad term to use given that it's not the oldest at which you can claim.
Right. So your full retirement age is the age at which you're eligible to actually receive the full benefits of Social Security without any drawbacks of still working.
Really should be phrased like standard retirement age or something like that.
And the other piece that's confusing, it's moved over time. It was 65, it's now 67. It's been anywhere in between those two places, depending on how old you are.
Yeah.
And there's another important date when it comes to retirement that people get confused about because Medicare age is 65, yet full retirement age in Social Security is 67. So I can get my health insurance at 65, but I can't get my full retirement benefits until 67. And in fact, if I go and work while receiving Social Security prior to that special age, then I actually get penalized. In 2025, if you are earning Social Security and you're younger than full retirement age, your benefits get reduced if your earnings exceed $23,400, and there's a formula that they use to do all this. I don't know if we need to cover every other thing that people tend to get wrong about it, but those are the big ones in my mind.
There's something in here that I want to read, though, just that I think is missing the point. Quote, younger Americans tend to have lower confidence in Social Security, with Americans in their 30s being the most pessimistic, the survey found. Quote, some of this could be that younger people just haven't experienced Social Security yet and don't understand how the program works, said Bill Sweeney, Senior Vice President of Government Affairs at AARP. Actually receiving Social Security changes how people view the program. Yes, if it operates the way it's supposed to. But I think that given the fact that right now, 8 years from now, there's projected to be a benefit cut if nothing else happens, I don't think that young people are looking at the program in a way that's out of line simply because the program is not being stewarded appropriately by the federal government.
I think the only piece that I would say about younger Americans and their views on Social Security is I do speak to a lot of folks who say, my kids shouldn't count on Social Security existing at all. I think that's probably off.
Yeah. I mean,
that seems really extreme to me. But predicting as a 30-year-old what your Social Security benefits are going to look like 30 to 40 years from now, good luck. I don't know.
Right. I think the way that I tend to phrase the statement is, I don't know exactly what Social Security is going to look like, so I don't bank on it being a specific number.
Yeah.
But it's nothing is certain, but it's very, very likely that it will exist in some form that probably has some changes from today, but not, it's not going to be a drastic shift, most likely, but again, a lot can change, between now and then.
Frankly, if you're 30 years old, budgeting that into your plan isn't all that important. Where it's
not really worth it, yeah.
Pretty important is if you're 58 years old.
Yes.
And, oh, look at that. My retirement date happens to coincide with the same time that the trust fund is going belly up. Those are important questions to factor in, and very clearly the Social Security program has some complexities to it beyond just how Congress is going to fund it in the future.